Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Erica and I create beauty videos, hair videos, as well as lifestyle videos, you guys. So if any of those things interest you, definitely subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell to see all my future uploads, and do not forget to click all. So we are going to be doing a series. I wanted to do a beginner friendly makeup series titled Back to the Basics. I wanted to do this series because I just feel like there are a lot of people that still want to learn how to do their makeup, and I just feel like we don't have a lot of videos out here that truly breaks down. We do, but they're like super older, you know. So I want to do something a little bit more updated, that we don't have true beginner friendly content, including my channel. Like, I just don't see it out there. So I wanted to create something, break it down products by product and what they were for those people who are interested in learning how to do their own makeup, who become frustrated, overwhelmed, and just kind of give up. Like, I just wanted to give you something to help alleviate that headache, so you can be a little bit more independent. And girl, you can do your makeup yourself. Like, we DIY over here. Like, we do our things ourselves, you know. So if you are interested in this series, then continue to watch. Listen. Alright you guys, so this is part 2 of the series. So today we are going to be focusing on putting the product actually on our face. We're going to be doing our brows, and we're going to be doing a wearable eyeshadow look for work or just a weekend, you know, something you can wear every day. I wanted to focus more so on brows and eyeshadow alone because I feel like this it could take the longest, not sure. Like, I hear a lot of people say brows take forever for them, so I wanted to get this its own little video to focus more on that. I do have a brow tutorial on my channel, but it needs to be updated. But I'm just going to show you guys like a beginner friendly brow, nothing like out there. You know, you want your brows to look good, but you know, you don't want anything to be too dramatic. So I'm going to show you guys some brow products, and then we're going to do eyeshadow. I literally forgot my thought, but I just feel like brows and eyeshadow can go before your foundation. When I started out doing makeup for myself, I always start out with my brows and my eyeshadow because it can be very messy and time consuming, and you don't want to like do your foundation and all that and have everything down pat, and then you get to your brows and your eyeshadow and you make a mess and now your foundation is ruined. We don't want that frustration here. That's not the goal. So we're gonna do that first. I'm going to zoom in and then we're going to get started. Alright, so now that we are up close in person, I'm going to be showing you guys some brow products that I shared in the previous video. This is the LA Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Soft Brown. So you know, you have your brow pomades like this, which can make for easy application. You just get your brush, you dip it in, and then you do your brow. And they also have like the brow trio kits. This is from BH Cosmetics. It's just a little trio to define your brow and kind of help you get started. It has a mirror inside, which helps a lot. I'm probably going to use that, but I have my own mirror. So you have the trios, like you have your powders, you have your pomades, creams, then you have your pencils. A lot of people opt for pencils. Depending on the shade, it can be very harsh. I've recently just stuck to like medium browns. Let's see, this is a soft brown. My pencil is a light medium brown, and then I got a brow gel. You don't have to do a brow gel, it's just something I like to do to set everything, make it stay. A brow gel is literally going to set your brows in place, the hairs, because you know our hairs can be all over the place throughout the day. It just sets everything so it won't move. If you don't care about that, you do not have to use that, but this is just something I recently used. This is a medium brown, so I try to stick with medium browns, light medium browns, soft browns, to have a softer brow. Back in the day, not so much. I would use dark brown, and it made my brows very like dark and kind of harsh, and you don't want that, especially when your hair, you know, you're constantly changing your hair color or doing your hair. And I know a lot of women, we wear wigs and weaves and things like that, and we have like different colors. So I feel like a soft brown, medium brown goes well with those changes, because it literally makes your look like you can't be out here in a burgundy wig and, you know, your brows are like really dark. Like, it looks crazy. So I try to stick with something a little bit more neutral so it can go with every look that you have. So let's get into it. So I think I'm gonna sharpen this. Make sure you guys have a sharpener on hand, and it has like a little spoolie brush on the end, which I like. Or you can they have the other ones. I don't have it on hand right here, but I have another one. It has the angle brush as well as the spoolie brush on the end. So these type of brushes are really great. So we're gonna start with the brows, and I like to brush everything upward. And sometimes, you guys, I really do, I use it as a combo. I'll use the pencil, go in with the pomade, and do the brow product. Sometimes you gotta do what you got to do. But I wanted to, let me just swatch this while I'm thinking about it. This is the brow trio I showed you guys previously. This is the shade, do I have a shade? It does not have a, oh, medium. It's shade medium. I'm gonna swatch this on the back of my hand. That's how dark that powder is. I'm not gonna go in with that powder because I don't want my brows that dark. But that's the darkest shade in there. And then they got like this, it looks gray. They got this shade next to it. It can be kind of ashy, but it kind of looks like my medium brown over here anyway. So this could be the medium brown. And this is just like the wax you can start out with. And it's very dark. So you can start out with your wax, and they have them in multiple shades. Start out with your wax, and then you can set it with each powder or any powder that you like. But I'm not gonna do that with this. I just want to show you guys that you can get trio style brow products that is BH Cosmetics. So I'm gonna go in with my pencil because I like to define my brows a little bit, and I like to create a shape. It's easy for me to create a shape with the pencil. So I like to start from the front. And you can do like small strokes, and just take your time, you guys. Like, I know we be in a rush, but try to take your time when it comes to brows. And I literally just drew a little line, and depending on your brows, like, you're gonna, girl, I'm just gonna say it, you're gonna have trouble. You're gonna have trouble because it's just eyebrows, okay? It's just the eyebrows. My eyebrows are not even at all. I never try to make them even. Let's see what I got going on over here. So then I brush the hairs down at the bottom, and then I like to go up top and draw the line. And though I don't have any hair here, I still will draw the line. Now we're gonna go in, we're gonna brush the hairs back upward. And this is what we looking like. So now, like, I got stuff all over my eyes. Now I'm just going to be going in with the pomade. You can actually use the pomade by itself. Like I said, I like to use a combination of all my products. We're gonna go in with a small angle brush. And everything will be in the description box, like what I use. This brush set, this one my aunt gave me. So then you're just gonna go in. I like to start with the tail, I don't know why, but you're just doing short strokes and just kind of filling in, like you're literally filling in the spaces for a fuller brow. And we're gonna do that until we get to the front. I like to take the angle brush and have it like pointed, slanted a little bit. just gonna fill in. And I like the pomade because it does give me a softer brow. If I were to just do that with the whole pencil, it would be a bit harsh. But there's ways to soften your brow. If you go in with a dark pencil and you just kind of like, oh, I did too much, I want to soften it, you can literally put a little powder, setting powder over in it and soften it, which I'll show you guys later. But that's the brow. So then I think I'm gonna do this one off camera. I'm gonna focus on this one over here. So once we do that, we're gonna go in with the concealer. You can use any concealer that you have. I'm gonna just be using this e.l.f. concealer, you guys. It is a matte concealer, so you don't have to wait for it to dry. It's gonna dry literally fast on its own. That's why I picked this one up to use for today. It is the 16-hour camo concealer. I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to be using, did I pull this brush? I did not pull the brush. Anyways, I'm going to be using this angle brush. It's a different one. And we're going to be, I think this is like the hardest part for everyone trying, did I put enough concealer? Alright. Trying to like, you know, conceal. I think this is the hardest part, but I'm just going to go in like a, not necessarily stabbing, and we're just going to go underneath the brow. You don't have to get really close. See how I like, I'm not even up on my brow, but you can fill it in later. And then we're going to drag everything down, like just laying that brush flat. And then you can literally lay that brush flat onto your skin like so, and just drag everything. And whatever's left, you just kind of put it down there because you're going to use, excuse me, Jesus, you're going to use the same concealer to prep for your eyeshadow. So this is pretty much the brow. Before, I want to do that. You can line the top of your brow with that same concealer, or you can go in with a concealer that is your skin tone. I personally like going in with the foundation I'm going to use. My biggest tip is going with the foundation that you plan to use for your face, so it will be all cohesive. But we're going to get into that a little bit later. Now we're just going to be setting. Again, you can skip this step. You do not have to buy a brow gel, but this is the Brow Fast Sculpting Gel. Making a mess, child. The Brow Fast Sculpting Gel by Maybelline. And you're literally just going in, brushing those hairs however you like them, so we can set them in place so they will not move once we start doing our other makeup. So this is what we are working with. I'm going to do this eye off camera. We're going to come back and we're going to be prepping for our eyeshadow. We're going to do our eyeshadow, you guys. Alright, you guys. So the other brow is done. So now we're going to move into our eyeshadow. So for an eyeshadow base, you can literally use a primer. But I've been started using primers years ago when I discovered I can just use a concealer. So I'm going to be using the same concealer we put underneath our brows. This one, like I said, is a mattifying. It sets itself, meaning you do not have to set this. If you had another concealer like the LA Pro concealer, you would put it on, and then you would take a setting powder and you would go over it. You do not have to set your concealer. I'm giving a tip: set your concealer. I set my concealer just to keep my eyeshadows from creasing. You know how like throughout the day you notice your eyeshadows are like creasing, especially if you have like hooded eyes and things like that. It's just annoying. It's not cute, and we're trying to prevent that. So I just went ahead and grab my e.l.f. concealer because it literally sets itself. and I'm just putting a little bit on the lids. And like I said, this stuff dries down so fast, y'all. You can use your finger. For the sake of this video, I'm going to use my finger to put that out. So we're just going to be tapping using our fingers. And you can start out with a little bit and add as you go. But we're literally just setting our shadow, we're setting our eyelids. We're prepping for eyeshadow, for a good eyeshadow application. I think I'm gonna add some more just to get a little bit. So depending on how pigmented you want your color to be, because sometimes you buy eyeshadows that are not that pigmented. So if you wanted your eyeshadow to really like pop and just like there girl, like you want that thing to pop, you would go in with a lighter concealer. I'm using something a little bit more skin tone light because we are doing an eyeshadow look that is more wearable, everyday friendly. But if I were doing a dramatic eye look with color shadows and I really wanted things to stand out, I would go very much lighter than this. So the eyeshadow could be a little bit more pigmented and pop against my skin tone. So that's another little tip. So I'm just gonna do a second layer. Like, this looks good, but tacky, and I'm going to go in with just a regular eyeshadow brush and just further tap that just to make sure it is drying and setting in place. You can definitely set this concealer as well, but I'm just going to use this brush. And y'all, I'm using a magnifying mirror. I got this from Dollar Tree years ago. I enjoy using this for eyeshadow and brow things. So when it comes to eyeshadow, it can be very overwhelming when purchasing because it's so much to choose for. I feel like for beginners, it's best to start out with trio products. And when I say trio, I mean like literally 3 eyeshadows. I would use this today, but it has a lot of shimmer. I had this for a long time, but sometimes you can find in your CVS, Walmart, Targets, and things like that. This is a Wet n Wild product. You can find a set like this, which is 3. Sometimes they have the quads, which you get in 4. I feel like those are very beginner friendly because it's just not overwhelming, like just choosing from a huge palette, like what color should I use. Another one, Morphe has some good ones. This has 369 shadows, and I think they might have a 6 palette, I believe. I think so. But this one is the Morphe Jewel Crew 9C palette, and I feel like for beginners, any person doing makeup need to have like neutral colors in there. And I've noticed I have like a big set, but I don't have a small neutral brown everyday wearable eyeshadow palette, so I definitely got to get one. But with this one, I think I might use this one today. It has like orange tones, sorry, it has orange tones, it has some browns, and it had a couple of shimmers, so you kind of get everything in one. I'm gonna show you this palette that if you watch my channel, you know I use this palette as well, but this is their Morphe palette as well, and this one's bigger obviously, but you have your matte shades on one side, and you have all sorts of browns, oranges, and you know, red tone colors, and then you have your shimmers on the other side. So I say this one's kind of beginner friendly. Again, it's bigger, so it can be overwhelming, but I feel like if you use this every day and you're practicing and you're playing around with your shadow, you know, it can be a great everyday palette. So I'm trying to decide what I want to use. I only kind of want to use 3 shadows today. Trying to make this simple. 3 shadows. Erica, 3 shadows. Gotta tell myself that. So as far as brushes and tools, when I'm doing an eyeshadow, I try to keep at least 3 or 4. So I opt for a fluffy brush like this. This is BH Cosmetic. And then I go in for a smaller one to get in certain little areas. And then I also like using this to apply eyeshadow on the lid. So 3 tops, you guys. Something big, dome, fluffy. Something kind of smaller. And then something to place and pack eyeshadow on the lid. I might should have set this one. I'm creasing. That's because of my eye shape. But we're gonna use 3 brushes, and sometimes you don't even have to use 3 because you can use your fingers, whatever you got, girl. So for this eyeshadow look, I'm going to be starting out with, I think I'm gonna use this palette. We're gonna go with this palette since it's something smaller, and I'm going to be using orange shade. If you are my skin tone or light skin, black woman, brown woman, orange and yellow look really, really nice as what we call transition shades on us. It just helps the look kind of flow and everything blend together. Orange and yellows are our shades. So I'm going to be taking that and I'm going to be applying right here. And literally we're just going to be tapping, stamping in the color. And I'm trying to make this beginner friendly as possible, you guys. So yeah, we're just tapping. And I'm using a big fluffy brush. And this is what we have. So it looks crazy right now, but keep going. So I'm using the same brush. I'm going to go in with a brown shade. So literally you can use an orange and then you can go in with a brown. Like I said, you don't have to use 3 brushes because you literally use 1 brush for the same thing. We're going to go underneath it. I like to look down into my mirror so I can see, and we're literally stamping in everything. And this is what we have. So now with this same brush, we're gonna go back in and we're gonna stamp the top. And we're just pressing that shadow into each other, y'all. And if you keep the rhythm up, you're literally like blending your shadows together and don't even realize it. But yeah. So far we've used 2 shades, and you just want to go back and forth. Now to really like blend, if you feel like you want to blend a little bit more, you can go smaller circular, so smaller circular motions. And all of this depends on the eye shape as well. So you do what's best for your eye shape. And that is the eyeshadow. So for lid, I don't know if I want to do a shadow or if I want to do a matte shade. We're gonna do a matte shade. It's not gonna be in this palette, but we're gonna do a matte shade. Just to keep it a little bit more wearable. So I am going to be this one. That's the angle one. That looks like the angle brush. I'm going to be using this smaller brush. So far I only used 2 brushes. And I'm going to be using something that's going to stand out, but not too much. I'm going to use this shade. Let's see. This is like a creamy shade. And we're going to put that all over the lid. And this is a matte shade. And this is what we are looking like. This actually turned out nice. So now we're just going to go back in with that big fluffy brush. Why can't I say fluffy? Yeah. Just stamping that, tapping that. Let me say tapping that. And that's literally all we're going to do. So I'm going to be doing this eye off cam, just gonna make things a little bit quicker, and then we're gonna come back and we're going to go into liner, mascara, and lashes. Okay, so we are moving along into eyeliner, you guys, and there are so many different eyeliners that you can use. It's all about what you would like to use, what you're comfortable with. So I think the most comfortable thing to start out with is an eyeliner pencil. This is the Wet n Wild eyeliner pencil in black, you guys, and I think I'm going to be using this for this video today. But you can also go in with a what do you call it, Lord? The eyeliner cream, like a cream liner, gel liner, that thing. These are also really good to work with as a beginner. You can literally get an angle brush or like a liner brush. I feel like an angle brush will be better. You can dip it into your pomade and line your eye, and I feel like you have a little bit more control, so you won't mess up your eyeshadow look. And then they have like the liquid liners. I use liquid liner, that's like my thing now. But like once you're very comfortable, you can go in with a liquid liner. It has a small liner brush, and I feel like this is a little bit harder to use starting out with. I didn't start out with liquid liner. They also have like the pens one. I just thought about it, the pens. I started out with the pencil and the pens, and then I went to the gel and cream liners I used to use, but I feel like I just could not get the best wing with this product, so I went for the liner. But for this video, I'm just going to be showing you guys how to line your eyes with a pencil. You have more control, and you won't, like with a liquid, honey, if you mess up, it's gonna be all over the place. It's gonna ruin your eyeshadow, and you're gonna be mad, and we're not trying to be mad, okay? We got places to go. We're not trying to deal with that. As well as the gel liner, it can be a little bit messy. So I say if you're starting out, use a pencil. You can use a black, or you can use like a dark brown. It really accentuates the eyes, make your eyeshadow look a little bit more wearable. So we're gonna use black today. I would use a dark brown, but I just thought about it. So yeah. So I like to start on the inside, and we're just gonna be lining the top. We'll see how it feels. And I just do small strokes like how we do our brows. And then I'll start at the end as I'm just meeting everything together. So this is our line. If you wanted to do a wing, you could. I'm not gonna do a wing today. We're not doing that today, but I might say that for a separate video. But you definitely could do it. And I like this just because it's so easy, and I just feel like I just have more control. If you wanted this to be a little bit more wearable, you could smudge it out, which I'm just gonna go ahead and smudge it out using like this pencil brush. It's kind of got like a fluffy tip, so you just take your brush and we're just waving it back and forth just to smudge it a little bit. And this is just allowing it to become softer and less harsh. I feel like I'm whispering. I hope not. I'm trying to be courteous because people are sleeping, but yeah, it just softens it a little bit. So let me just do the other eye. Okay, so liner is done. So next we're gonna talk about mascara. So I have two mascaras here. If you're looking for a great mascara line, I would say like Maybelline has some really good mascaras. They're like known for their mascaras. This is the Great Lash one. Very popular. I had this for a while. And then I have this e.l.f. mascara, and I got a waterproof. I would say keep a waterproof mascara in your makeup kit, because you never know when you're gonna cry or tear up for any moment, a movie, anything. So it's best to just go ahead and just opt for waterproof, just in case, girl. You know how we are. So we're gonna be using that today. I do have some lashes. Like I said, I wanted to keep this beginner friendly. So if you want to put on lashes, you don't have to. You can just do some coats of your mascara and keep it pushing. You ain't got time for that. But this is like if this is the weekend and you got a little extra time, you're like, let me put some lashes on. You know, you're going on a date with bae. You know, let me do a little extra. So I have some natural lashes. This is the Ardell Natural Lashes 2, 4. This is the 5 set, and I have these for like your natural, you know, my lashes, but better looks. This is for my people who are not dramatic, you know, who are not hot girls, hotties with the big voluminous lashes, you guys. This is something, again, a little bit more wearable. So we're going to be using these. These are Ardell 120s in black. Everything will be down below. So if you were to put on lashes, I'd say opt for something natural, something a little bit more wispy. I started out with wispy lashes that I really like them. But then I discovered some other lashes, and I was like, yeah, we like those. So I'm just kind of showing you guys. Let's see. I'm gonna put them on for the video, but again, if you don't want to wear lashes, you do not have to wear lashes. But I'm just trying to show you guys how things will look. Come on, baby, focus for me. She won't focus for me, but I just want to show you guys the difference that you get. And mascara gives you a difference as well, but lashes kind of take it up a notch. So let's do that. So again, I have a lash video as well. Starting out with lashes, my personal experience, I hated it. I could not figure it out. I got frustrated. Like, it was like, let the glue sit. The directions said let the glue sit for 30 seconds. I did, nothing happened. So then I started letting the glue sit for like 60 seconds, 70 seconds. So it was just like, it was a mess. I almost gave up. But then I kind of got it. I started letting my glue sit for like 90 seconds maybe. I don't know. But I started doing lashes. But then I learned about this hack, summer 2020. I'm going to show you guys the hack. As beginners, I feel like this hack is your best friend. Like, I feel like you should do this because, yeah. So I'm showing you guys two glues. Y'all do not judge my glue. I'll use my glue. So this is the Duo Brush On Adhesive with Vitamins. This is the dark one. So I always use this one. Y'all, it's so like, don't judge my glue. But I always use this one all the time. Like, I started out using this glue and I absolutely love this glue, especially when you're doing liner, black liner. It like literally blends in, so I like that. And then I discovered this Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. It has aloe in it, and this is latex free. So if you are allergic to latex, you know, make sure you get a latex free glue. And this one is clear. I feel like this one lasts a little bit longer than my dark one, but I use this when I have like certain looks and I don't want the black glue. Like, I just want to put some lashes on with my regular like foundation on and stuff. I will go in with this. But since we are doing liner today, I will go in with the black glue. So first thing first, measure everything, get everything to your eye shape. I'm not going to do it right now for the sake of the video because I don't have my scissors. But always keep tweezers in your kit because it makes it very much easy to pick up, apply your lashes, and do your thing. I'm gonna show you. So first things first, okay, you pretty much got your lashes ready, you pop them out your case, you measure them, they fit. So the hack, we're going to apply the glue to the lash. Let's do this. You're going to apply your glue, let's see, yeah, to the lash. And I like the brush on handle. I don't like squeezing nothing out no tube because I make a mess. But apply the glue. And we're going to let this sit. And it's going to be drying while we're doing the other step. So then you want to take the glue, the same one, and we're going to make sure you have a mirror so you can kind of see. So girl, one more glue in your eyes. But we're going to apply this like we apply liner. And I know you're probably thinking, well girl, you didn't show us how to do liquid liner. Trust me, it's the same. It's the same. Like you're doing you're going to just be tapping. Just create little dots. And you literally cannot even see that. So while that dries, while the glue on your line dries, we're going to go in with the mascara. I'm going to use the waterproof e.l.f. mascara. And we're going to coat our lashes. And when applying mascara, I like to look down into a mirror because I can see everything. And it just works better for me. It keeps me from poking my freaking eye out for one. And you want to take your time, try to coat each lash. And you can go in for a second coat. 3 coats. Like back in the day when I wasn't wearing lashes, I was like in high school, I would put on like 4 coats of mascara, and I'd be using 2 different mascaras. Like people are like, are those your lashes? Are those falsies? Like girl, no, they're mine. But yeah, that's a little hack. If you don't want to use lashes, you can definitely like just do about 4 coats of mascara. I'll get that later. And if you make a mistake and get like mascara on your face, foundation, just let it dry and it'll peel off. No biggie. So we allow our lash time to dry. So you're gonna get your lash. I kind of like wave it to give a little extra dryness. But I'm gonna look down into the mirror, and you're gonna literally sit that lash. I like to start in the middle. Sit that lash there, and then you're gonna adjust the end. And then you're going to go to the beginning of the lash and place it close to your lashes as possible. And y'all, I promise you, like, I wish I had known about this hack when I started lashes, because this just made life easier. It's on. It's on. Alright, so now that we are focused, this is what we look like, looking like. This is the difference that lashes can give. It can take your look from this to literally this. Like, it's just like you did a little extra something special. So I'm going to apply the other lash off camera again to make things easier, you guys. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this look so far. Alright you guys, so this is what we are looking like so far. Our brows are done, our eyeshadow is done, we got some lashes on. So this is going to conclude part 2 of the series. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys will continue to watch in part 3. Let me know, guys, what you think so far, and yeah, let's keep going.